So far, I think Ultros was the best thing that happened here, and like maybe Catgirl Ifrit.
What now?
I'm trying to think if anything else in this was like particularly interesting.
You did a whole bunch of side quests. They might have been interesting on their own.
I mean, like once again, I feel like we've said this like 10,000 times, but I feel like there's a lot of potential with all these Final Fantasy characters all hanging out. And in a weird way, like, I mean, this is once again just driving home how I feel like this cheapens all the characters involved, because, like, it kind of made, like, Titus and Edgar be basically just Zidane without having Zidane in the game at all. And it's like...
There are no Zidanes here.
Yes. And it's like, are all these Final Fantasy characters just, like, all the same? And now I'm suddenly having an existential crisis. Which is appropriate when Vivi's on the screen.
And the answer is, not really in our home game for this, yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like when you boil a Final Fantasy character down to their component parts, like, Riku and Bartz basically become the same character.
They're built around very common archetypes. You gotta go now from there.
Yeah, no, which is vaguely sad.
There's nothing wrong with building off of common archetypes for fiction.
It's in fact very common.
Right,
Yeah.
but in this case, it feels like they've kind of done a reverse, and they're taking these characters even more
And
back to
boiling them
their
down.
to their archetypical format, and then they kind of become indistinguishable.
However we started out.
The whole regression aspect.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, like, you put Cloud, Squall, and Lightning all together in the same room, and it's kind of like you can't tell them apart. Other than one has a cool scar, one has bubblegum hair.
Golems without purpose must be destroyed.
Tell me, are you the Mirage hunting my friends? What do you want? Just leave us alone.
Tools do not have a choice. Tools that are no longer useful must be
Also,
destroyed.
maybe the battle thing here is against
So much
Nico
for
from
trying to
Secret
talk
of
this
Mana?
one out.
I don't know.
Nico,
We
my
fight.
brother, my cousin.
Don't.
I'm gonna.
You don't have to.
These golems need to be taught a lesson.
I'm gonna though.
Vivi's not a tool.
You shouldn't.
He's a person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna though.
More than that, he's our
Finally,
Why?
Steve Golem.
Take this.
Steve Gold.
Oh, we finally got to the golems. Neat.
Golem heads. Well, I think this means I can finally... You see that blue golem that's on top of one of my characters? I can finally digivolve into another golem. It's been like a blue golem for like half the game. Like, not even exaggerating. Like, 15 hours.
No, I believe it.
Somebody fight their mic. Is there a single one of us that hasn't yawned on stream at this point?
Listen, this game is dull and I'm very
I was about to say, I feel like I should be vaguely insulted. Like, I don't know.
This is not your fault. You do not, the game is not you.
It's not your fault. You can't blame yourself for playing this game that has surprisingly boring moments.
Surprising.
Well, I mean, again, you put all these characters together and it should be like non-stop, like, Ultima spells being tossed
Said
around.
that we were.
Non-stop Ultima spells!
But that's not
Uh,
true. We chose to fight. And we
Meanwhile, it's
managed
just
to
like
together.
dorks in hats in the sand.
I had to step away for a moment. Did you kill the golem?
Am I
Yes.
right?
why can't
Good job.
we-
I've
Excellent
never
work.
been more sure of something in my life.
Something to me.
Everybody's very proud of you. and We're all very excited
That
for
makes
you.
sense to me.
Why can't we
We're all
be
counting on
friends?
you.
Why
We don't
can't
need a
we
purpose to
be
live.
friends?
I was counting on you to kill that golem. And we're all.
Why should we be friends?
Why should? Because we like each other?
Hmm.
Typically, that's enough reason. I don't
We
know.
all have a job.
I don't know why you want more reasons.
Why can't we
To keep
be
Figaro's people
friends?
safe.
Why can't we be friends?
Wait a minute, stop. If we do it more and more, we'll be demonetized again.
Another
You've come a long way, Vivi.
Yeah, once again,
Eddie.
Figueroa is just posing for Zidane, and it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, like...
Shall we get... What now?
I apologize for nothing.
I apologize for everything.
No, you don't.
You're right, and I apologize for nothing.
I've heard you apologize, but it's usually on very specific things.
You're right. I typically only apologize when, like, I feel like it would be fucked up to not apologize.
That's how most people act.
Yeah, like... like, generally I apologize for nothing, but, like, if I think I actually did something wrong and hurt somebody, like, unduly, fuck yeah, I'm gonna apologize. That'd be weird if I didn't.
What guy?
Yeah.
Ah, impeccable timing, Cloud.
And now I'm thinking about Eurose again.
But I'll need your help.
They're more interesting on this.
Fuck is a Euro's eye?
The Eurose was the consumer-level development kit for the PS1.
Not so fast. Celeste, what did you say?
It was
to me
basically
the
a
other
black
day? Because I
PlayStation
can
that you
recall
could,
lamenting
like, develop very
the time
small,
it's been
simple
since that
games
whole
on.
vampire ordeal.
I might have said something like
And
that.
it had a very strange, insular community that posted their games to a forum Sony had built for it.
Sid, it's
They're
not-
weird.
I'm always for weird, tiny communities of game devs.
With their little
That's, like, the best shit ever.
They'll never
But it
find
also
the words
means
to
that, like,
all
it's
the problems.
unclear how many of those,
Well, I
like,
suppose
tiny
you're right
games
about
are
that.
lost.
Do you see? This opera is
There's,
perfect for
uh,
absorbing the town spirits.
There's an ISO floating around that has, like, 200 of the damn things, because they had to fit within the PlayStation's actual, like, RAM. They couldn't be burned onto a disc or anything.
Back in my younger years, I used to be head over heads for this libretto.
I'm not
Yeah, there's an ISO of about 200 of the
I
things floating
refuse to
around.
embarrass myself on stage.
Sorry.
They are outsider art.
Oh, don't say
That's
that.
definitely outsider art.
Can't say
Digital
that.
outsider art of all
Already
things.
on fires. So is the
Yeah,
saying,
it's
break a
fascinating.
leg.
I ought to break your leg.
There's
Deserves to
one-
be preserved.
There's one that's relatively famous in terms of you'll occasionally see it in like weird shitposty YouTube videos. It's like an FF7 parody, but it's like entirely Japanese. But but as far as I can tell, it starts rambling about toilet paper after a while.
Excellent.
Did the
Good
original
job.
Final Fantasy VII not do that?
It's,
think
it's
it did.
not actually in there.
Is that her? I think Celeste
Yeah, there's a archive.org collection of all these. It's very interesting if you ever just feel like wasting a bit of time.
What do you want?
I always feel like wasting time.
I want to say a couple
Because
of
my
Eurose
time is
games-
literally
This
worthless.
freak fell out of nowhere.
I want to say a couple of like released PS1 games started as Eurose games. I think the most quote-unquote famous here would be Devil Dice, which was kind of a cult classic puzzle game of this period.
What about Irritating Stick? Where's that fall on the sliding scale?
That was based off a Japanese game show.
Yes, I'm aware.
So no, it was not a Eurose.
Who sent you?
Oh fuck, it's Ultros.
Yeah, he's back again
Yeah.
because Seals was trying to do
Because
an opera.
Well, I mean that makes sense. That's Ultros' whole thing. He's back again now.
Also, you're in like the library from 5, I guess.
Well, this is that Tobe town that was previously infested with vampires.
This library
I'm just saying it looks like the ancient
No one
library.
gave you permission to disturb
Fair
it.
enough. I mean, there was if you remember in the town, there was that statue to Bindlos. That was
That's
cool.
true. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Please don't die on the stream.
I will not.
Please don't die. Try not to die, fanboy.
Irritating
Good survive.
Stick, known in Japan as Uchan Nanchan no Hono no Challenger Dengeki Irai Iraida Bull returns, which apparently means Challengers of Fire, Irritating Electric Stick returns.
Beautiful. Wonderful name.
Not you again.
Who, me? Oh, I'm just an innocent passerby. Really?
Oh, got it. Well, in that case,
Is it another one?
They'll never stop making Irritating Stick. Irritating Stick
I mean,
must,
if they
must...
made Sex 2, they could make Irritating Stick 2.
Oh, see, I was being good and not bringing that up, but apparently I guess they won't
Oh,
go
you do
better.
not open up the vault.
I opened up the gates to Sex 2.
You open up the gates of hell, motherfucker. Now I'm only going to be talking about Sex 2, the sequel to the highly anticipated sequel to Sex.
Well, I will not be talking about. Instead, I'll be talking about King Kong 2 and Guardian Megaton Punch. Where's King Kong 3?
King Kong 3 was the one with Stanley the Bugman, right?
Oh, yeah. They made a weird version for the Sharp X1.
I thought that was Mario Jr. Wait, no, it's King Kong Jr. Donkey Kong Jr. What the shit, man?
Donkey Kong
Somebody
Jr.
broke
Math?
beat.
Donkey Kong Jr. Math?
Yes, the very same.
You know,
Do
I
you
have to
think they
play
ever
that
taught
sometime.
Donkey Kong Jr. how to do math?
Why do you think he didn't appear in later games? He knew math. He didn't have to like play tennis with Mario anymore.
Yeah, he knew math. He got his shit figured out. Got his GED. Got a real job.
Beats digging ditches. I'm looking at the Sharp X1 now. How do you feel about the FM Towns, Marty?
I try not to.
I'm just gonna keep listing more and more obscure Japanese computers.
FM Towns reminds me more than anything of the Jay Tholen song, Dial-Up Town. Oh shit, I can now participate in Elite Smash. That's definitely not me confessing that I've just been playing Smash Bros. Instead of paying attention.
I'm looking up information on the Bandai RX-78, and you're acting like someone should be paying attention?
Well, presumably Goggle Bob should be paying attention.
I mean, I
even
feel
though
like
I
something's
assume
gone
he
wrong
was
or
best
right.
paid
I don't
enough times
care.
to win.
How do you feel about the Bandai RX-78? A computer
I try not to.
that's a computer that's name was chosen entirely because it's the official name of the original Gundam.
Seems all the books are still intact.
Well, there you go.
Thanks
It's
a
the
lot,
Gundam
Doc.
computer.
I had my own reasons.
Yeah,
Clearly,
it had
it's the best
19
computer ever.
games.
Oh, and Celeste?
It had 19 games with names like Excite Baseball and Challenge Golf.
Hey,
Excite Baseball.
wasn't
Why not
Japan building a
Excite Golf?
Gundam?
That
What
means
happened
the
to
album's
that?
canceled, then.
There's a big statue of it.
Do
It's still
at the
there.
end is still okay.
Well,
Let's see.
it's not
Tatakai
like-
Ultraman, Gundam,
let's just shelve
Natsume,
this idea. I'm
Tatakai.
sure we can find another way to cheer up the townspeople, right?
Oh, this is Lucina.
Well,
The Wrestling,
I suppose.
perfect Mahjong,
What a shame, too.
Hamburger Shop,
Nice voice.
Space Enemy,
Anyway. I'm
Hitsuji
gonna go
Yai.
through some more
Everybody
reasons.
always talks about Space Enemy. Nobody ever talks about Space Friend.
Do you consider space to be your friend?
I do consider Space my friend because one day it will kill me.
Wait, is that why we're friends? Am I supposed to help space do that?
You can. I believe in you.
Wait, are you friends with space?
No, I
That's what I'm
just
saying.
accept
I
the
mean-
inevitability of death in it.
But like, if Beat is friends with Space and Fanboy, they're supposed to work together. Or Fanboy and Space friends.
Who's so...
Because I mean, like, I don't see them working together if they're not, obviously.
It can happen.
Get fucked, Lucina. Sorry. I didn't mean to
Um,
admit that I was playing Smash again.
I've been looking up, like...
Oh,
the
did
hell
you
that
see the Fire Emblem news today?
I
That
try
was
not to.
also on the forum, wherein apparently they made a new Lucina for the game, and rather than being like a badass tomboy, they made her like Butterfly Princess, and it's like ridiculous.
What game? What?
The new Fire Emblem like gotcha game.
Well, there's no...
Oh,
Oh,
that's weird.
every video game's a gotcha these days.
Yeah.
assume you're talking
Fire
about
Emblem
Genshin
Heroes is what
Impact.
you're talking about.
Yes, there you
No,
go.
we're talking about Genshin Impact. Hmm?
Yeah, no, not that one.
Fight in the area.
The
I'm
one
talking
that's
about
Fire Emblem and apparently has a sexy Thor and a sexy Loki.
Why wouldn't there be a sexy Thor and sexy Loki? Thor and Loki were already sexy.
Yes, but like super sexy.
I don't know, like how much sexier you could make Thor and Loki.
like that air quote kind of sexy that makes you keep playing a gotcha.
The machines went berserk
It's
after we gave
too
them
late. I'm
shit.
looking up the history of Digimons, like the actual digital pet shit.
They got a bomb chew and I died.
We should have done
Bullshit.
homework better before handing over our findings.
So you're saying
The original digital monster model that was released in 1997 sold 14 million units worldwide, including 13 million in Japan.
Now I know why.
So really, it basically just sold.
So you know, they still think it's because you don't trust them.
What do you want me to do? If the garden really is some kind of Cogna haven...
Oh, don't worry. Our friend here...
I never got what Quistis's deal is, other than, like, the Ernest Cline poem about girls with glasses.
Do you know something about the...
Feels wrong to call it a poem. It's more like a physical attack.
Yeah, no, well, I would call it more of a psychic.
Very much like him.
Huh? So...
Right.
Ernest Cline must be
Maybe
stopped.
Balam Garden
Ernest Cline must be
is just
stopped.
one big barrage.
Okay,
Although, when I reach out to touch its mind,
so
it doesn't respond to me.
it looks like we're going in kind of an interesting direction here, where they're
I don't
revealing
believe you.
that garden, Balam Garden from Final Fantasy VIII is actually like Eden in this world. The
What,
summon.
like, you mean like the biblical location where my
No,
man
like the
cursed
summon
born?
from FFA.
No, like the summon that took like 3 minutes in FF8
Deal
to
with whatever
summon,
comes up.
and like, you know, you got at the bottom of a lake or
guess so.
whatever.
Can we talk about how weird it is that because of the Funko-ized proportions, Eiko is just as tall as everyone else?
Think you could
This
wake
is
up so we can
true.
talk?
Amble Vigor, hello. It's good to have you back.
Eden.
Please rescue us from this horrible game.
No.
No.
Son of a bitch.
We are left wanting.
I held out hope for you. You were supposed to be the chosen one.
No.
Why the fuck is this Wikipedia article about the digital, the fucking like Tamagotchi-ass Digimon telling me that it has plot?
In a deep sleep in order to keep the path closed.
Well, obviously that's how people got into it. They were like
How do
excited
you
about
have
the
a plot
plot.
on a
They were
Tamagotchi?
invested in the story.
How do you have a plot on a Tamagotchi?
Easy. Tamagotchi died and you were sad about it.
So...
That's not what this plot says.
So the Cogna can just break through?
Somebody was sad about it.
Myself. But if the Cogna have
Some
already taken
nonsense
over
about
Wallets and plus
the
contact with
intelligent
Pokemon,
computer Yggdrasil.
I'd rather not to think about it.
What the fuck? Oh, fuck off.
Dude, I don't know, like, and I don't know shit about intelligent computers. I don't even know what's happening anymore. I stopped paying attention like an hour ago.
Also, the Einhander ship is back. Now I'm staring at the game again.
Yes, Einhander has definitely returned. I'm going to Choco blow it away.
Einhander is in here?
Something like it.
Watch the stream, man! Watch the stream!
No way, dude. I'm working.
There's an Einhander.
I cannot blame you. I do not blame or hate you for refusing to watch the stream.
You know what? This is why I got into private equity, so I can afford my own Einhander someday.
This game has just numbed my brain.
I have to lower its evasion. Don't know if I have a single thing that does that. But I too
will
could
lower
have an
your evasion.
Einhander without having to enter equity.
I will make you worse at dodging, Goggle Bob. You can sign up for like my A-class course, only $400 a week.
Oh, stand there, motherfucker. But it's stand there, motherfucker, volumes 1 through 8.
Yes, you have to buy them on video cassette. Also, the first 3 videos are Betamax, and no, I can't change it. I've been trying to get them to put it on VHS, but it's all Betamax. I'm sorry, I've tried to fix it. I don't know what's wrong.
I'm a V2000 user. What do you have for me?
I don't know anything about VTubers, dude. You gotta like that's
I
like
said V2000. You
that's like
bastard.
10 generations too far ahead, man.
V2000, I'm not ready for this shit. No, man. What we're talking about SLP videos, where like as you watch it, it's very, very clearly like recorded over old tape, old tapings of Yo MTV raps.
Oh yeah.
See, I was gonna say
Sometimes the
Columbo.
tracking
You said
gets so shitty,
you said Yo
and it's
MTV
on
raps. That's way better.
Oh man,
That's a way better thing to record over, since nobody records over Columbo.
I know you're kidding, but just recently I've been going through old family videos, just fishing them out and digitizing them for...
And you found so much Yo MTV left.
like, everything is taped over... What goddamn thing was it? It's like
My
Lifetime
parents'
Original
wedding was
Movies.
taped over by Yo MTV Raps.
We'll take care not to disturb.
I think I might have done that as a child. I
What
feel
the
awful now.
What?
Tapes came at a premium, man. You don't understand.
Yeah, people.
You had
people
like
didn't know
5
you could just
VHSs
break
in the
off
house,
that little tab.
and only 4 of them could be taped over. So that one that couldn't.
It was mysterious, and you ran a magnet over it.
If I can't tape over this, no one will.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. This is your first dance, but motherfucker, Sci-Fi Channel has Saturday anime.
Listen, who knows how many hundred more times they'll rerun Robot Carnival?
God, remember that scene in 8 Man After where he like runs with his arm stretched out and just cuts all those dudes' heads off?
Listen, that's what Saturdays are for.
That is exactly what Saturdays are for. That's the only reason Saturdays exist.
God.
Oh,
What is the one? There's the one Saturday morning sci-fi anime that was like entirely based on one giant tank that I swear the camera panned over for like 40 minutes and just it would go to commercial and you'd come back and they'd still be like panning past a tread or something. That's all I remember
the
about
Venus
it.
Wars?
Possibly.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus!
no, Venus Wars. You'd remember that one. It's got like a motorcycle gang that fights against the world's biggest tank.
That might be it. I remember the tank thing.
And
To be fair, when you say that in isolation, it sounds like the coolest shit imaginable.
Oh, it's
Yeah, like, that sounds fucking awesome. Like, Ample, you're failing us here by making this clearly awful thing sound awesome.
No, that's the problem, is that the Venus Wars is a really, really good anime. But you have to like cool things to enjoy it. And
I like cool things.
It's a hard cross to bear.
It's just not a given, man. Like
A lot of people do like lame things, it's true.
you know, a lot
I'm
of people
playing
just
World
like
of Final
things that suck.
Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. See, Goggle Bob's
But are you liking
failing
it?
us before our very eyes. See, hold on, my wife's holding a list of things I need to do tomorrow in front of my face. Oh,
Honey-do list.
no, this is my list, this is her list.
Oh Jesus, this thing's back.
God, she has so many meetings, I'm so sorry. Hold on, I have to go kiss my wife because she has too many meetings.
Too many
That
meetings.
makes sense.
Mad thing is to keep its distance.
Oh, Jesus Lord, I forgot that you might have to go back this.
The lady giant's name? Rain person must listen.
This Penguin Queen just brings everything down.
Someone brought up what this fucking thing was from, and I forgot what it was.
I did. It was I looked into it, and apparently it's from one of the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicle games.
That's a lot of it, right?
Fuck you.
I mean, those wretched tomberries. They were
But like the whole like
FBI agent?
getting on with our lives.
what?
And I just thought,
Oh,
B does not
Side
realize how far
conversation.
it might go.
Mary Russell Crowe role to play. Back.
Yeah, no, we heard.
started picking up.
How much did you hear?
I heard something about Russell Crowe as an FBI agent.
Ah, yes. Okay, that's okay for you to hear. I don't mind you hearing that. There are other things I would very much mind you hearing.
You're streaming a shitty game, so I have bad news for you.
Oh, there
Oh,
is
God.
no doubt about that.
Oh.
Because Lon here, he's gonna.
No, seriously, like, Ample Vigor, I'm sure you don't have the Twitch stream open because
I don't.
you're you.
there's a crying
I
penguin princess.
She's not a penguin princess. She's some sort of like weird mermaid thing. No, she's definitely a penguin now that I look at her closer. But she's crying underwater, and there's like visible tears underwater, and like
man.
the two anime teens are very upset about this.
What?
But it's mostly because of the sound, not because of the fact that. Wait, how are the anime teens breathing? This is just stupid. I'll never
We
respond.
learned about
No,
this like
it's
5
not.
videos
They have,
ago.
like,
I wasn't paying attention 5 videos ago, and you know it.
I'm just
You
saying,
kill fucking emerald weapon. You have to have the the water breathing material.
the underwater material.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. This is kind of bizarre. Like normally these are just like a battle and we're done, but now I'm back at the underwater temple for some
They knew that you were
reason.
too excited for it.
And like it's like I didn't
Don't
care
let
about
your
this
guard
dungeon
down
the
just
first
'cause we're
time, but
stronger.
now we're back.
Back, baby.
Oh yeah, it was terrible the first time around. So now
You
it's
love it.
worse.
And I'm not wholly sure what's happening here, but okay.
Wait, why'd you
You'll
walk
have to
past
replay one of
that
these very
treasure
dull
chest?
dungeons.
What's
We love to
wrong
go
with
back-
you?
We love to go back to the old dungeons.
Let me show you how we do it in the old country.
Don't make me do the Bravely Default thing, please.
I was just doing a fucking Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what is the
I'm just
Bravely
talking
Default
about-
thing?
Yeah.
Where you have to go back and do all dungeons.
Oh, yes.
God.
But at least you can turn off, like, literally everything about the game while you're doing it.
At that point, then why make me do it? Fuck you, Bravely Default.
I'm glad that this Let's Play has the courage required to say "fuck you, Bravely Default."
I liked Bravely Default. I think.
Well, you can go fuck yourself.
It was a good
I regret-
portable game.
I regret to inform you that it was trash.
That means
need
that
you
it was
to
exactly
understand.
boring enough to help you get to sleep at night.
It, that-
B,
I don't know how you play
B,
portable
B,
games.
B.
That's how I play it, but
it was
I need
definitely.
you to understand.
I'm
Okay.
listening.
Go ahead.
Yes, please go ahead. By all
So,
means.
like, I have a profound tolerance for stupid RPG bullshit stories where people never shut the fuck up.
Sure. So do
I-
I, in certain contexts.
In almost all contexts, but I found that broke when it crashed against the wall of Bravely Default. Because every time someone spoke, I hated them more, and I just desperately hoped that they would shut the fuck up. And they never did.
I appreciate.
And all of them had only one personality trait. And so around chapter 3, I said, fuck this. And then I looked up what you have to do later, and I was like, fuck this even more. And then I didn't play it again.
I'm sorry, you're forgetting Tiz, who didn't even have one personality trait.
Yeah, no, Tiz is the 0 personality trait. I think Adias is likes food? I
She
don't
also gets
remember if
easily frustrated and says the "murgurgur" again.
That's not a personality trait.
How is liking food a personality trait? That's like liking music is a personality trait.
I think it's like that she specifically likes cakes or some shit.
No, I think
Oh,
she
that's-
just likes all food.
That's breaking new ground in anime right there.
And
Like,
then
oh yeah,
Ring of Bells.
Sweet tooth motherfucker. It's like, oh yeah, this is earth shattering.
I always remember that one time I went to like a fucking localization panel at one of the PAX I went to, and like they talked about how one of the like translations they ran into was fried bread, and like
yeah.
every single time it would just come back as fried bread, and they just like had. They messaged like the guys in Japan saying, "Hey, what the fuck do you mean by fried bread?" And they're like, fried bread. And they're like, "Can you send us a picture or something?"
They asked, do you mean a donut? And they're like, no,
And
fried
they
bread.
said, "No, it's not a donut. It's fried bread." And so finally they got a picture of it, and they're like, "That's a fucking donut."
Enjoy your fried bread.
Enjoy your
Why am I, as
fried
part of
bread.
this story, picturing the picture being faxed over?
We were not privy to whether that was the case.
We'll get it right over to you.
We'll get it right over to
like the
you.
last teletype machine in the West Coast. They're all huddled around it as it spins and spins and spins, and like out comes like the shittiest picture of just the most awful, like degraded donut in the land. Like,
Out comes a
the
very
Dunkin',
low-res
like
picture
a pair
of
of Dunkin' Donuts next to Satan's asshole. And, like, the game designer saw this in like a layover in Boston. And was like, oh my god. Oh my god, boys. Boys, you have no idea what we're bringing. We're bringing in the next
No
game.
kid gloves for you.
We're going all in on this fried bread
brother,
thing.
like violently assaulted him on his way back to the airport, and so he couldn't remember what it was named because of the Wahlberg brother brain damage.
Wow.
Is there a more Boston phrase than the Wahlberg brother brain damage?
Oh my god. Oh, I love it. I love Boston.
I love Boston, but like I've only been to Boston at PAX, which is basically like the equivalent of being at Boston while drunk.
I mean,
It's literally that.
I was gonna say
I mean,
equivalent.
in my case, it's extremely
if you take it
accurate.
seriously
Yes.
enough.
Weren't you like? Didn't you like meet someone that just had like drinks in their purse or something?
Oh yes, and I tried to hook them up with cow scrub.
I was on Twitter once, and a guy was like, "Could you imagine? Like H.P. Lovecraft like trying to do a horror story set in like modern New England?" And you're just sitting there, and you're thinking about like, there's Marky Wahlberg like So there I fucking was. There I fucking was looking at this fucking thing, and I couldn't fucking believe it. You know, what the fuck does this thing look like? Look at this fucking guy. Look at this fucking guy. Like, he's the
None of us
fucking
could
guy.
agree on the color. It was like this really weird color. Like it might have been pink, but we don't know what the color was. It was really fucking weird.
A color from fucking outer space.
It was the color out of space, man. Like we don't know what the color was.
It's
a fucking color.
It smells like a dumpster over by Reveal Beach, and it just fucking fucked with me. And he's just
But no,
there
yes,
writing this.
fanboy. To answer your question, yes, we did run into a lady with bourbon in her purse, and she did give us bourbon.
He just drank the first bourbon without a second thought.
I told my wife about that, and she was like, "You drank the first bourbon?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "That seems like a bad choice." And I'm like, "Yeah." In retrospect, it really was.
It should have sounded like a bad choice at the time.
Look,
I'm not gonna let you weasel out of that one.
Look, when it's 11 p.m. and you're like at a stock crosswalk, and like Calscope just slipped on the ice, and this girl was like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Here, have some first bourbon." You just drank the first bourbon, all right?
No. At that point, I would be like, I'm about to get mugged.
No. That's like when you're in the Alps and you come across like a fucking stationary
Alp dog?
and it's got brandy around its neck. What you've got in Boston is just a collection of weirdos carrying hard liquor. And when bad things happen to you, they are there. They are there to salve your spirit.
That's exactly what it was. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to send this recording to Calscope to get his permission on it. Goggle Bob should probably do the same, just to be sure.
Get his permission.
Look, he's cool. He's super cool. He's super chill. He'll be down for it. I guarantee you. But you know, you don't want to fuck around with this.
I'm just gonna send him a message right now and say, "Hey, we brought up the first bourbon on the World of Final Fantasy. Isn't that cool?"
Anyway, guys, I gotta escape. Like this is killing my productivity. I'm gonna be here all night.
See ya.
Bye.
It's always good to hear from you, man.
Thanks for coming by.
Did you think I could be beaten by anyone so hopelessly frail? Such madness is beyond the pale.
Okay, so who are we fighting now? I'd be lying if I said I
Shantono
was paying
again,
attention.
and she beat us again.
Really sorry.
Like it was
keeps
another
happening.
pointless fight.
Very sorry. Forgive us. We'll do anything you want, so please.
Anything?
Clicky.
Then fine. I can pardon you this time.
I don't trust anybody you fight in a Final Fantasy game because for one, they're fighting the good guy, so clearly they're not that good of a person to begin with.
Why were you trying to do the
That does
question
happen.
again?
But two,
Are we considering these two teams the good guys?
I
You know,
guess we kind of have to.
They technically actually damned the world during the last update, so there's
Yeah, but like
that.
not on purpose. Like that was an accident, probably, right?
We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all fucked up somehow. Like, you know how it is. You screw up really bad, and all of a sudden the world's just like burning and on fire and shit, and you're like, oh man, I messed up.
Los Angeles,
Very well then.
palm trees are candles.
If it's a subject you can
So it seems like, as opposed to like literally every other one of these quests
It's okay to ask.
that is just like one battle and you're done, this is like an entire little side quest thing. It's all based on that stupid penguin principle.
Penguin Prince or Penguin Princess? 'Cause there's a
Princess.
difference.
The Quattro Queen.
Quattro Queen. I don't like it. I don't agree with this. I have deep philosophical disagreements with what just occurred here.
Your Majesty?
Yes.
I mean, I have to question any universe. Like, almost everything in this game is a Funko Pop except for this lady penguin person, and it's freaking weird.
She crossed the sexiness threshold like Shiva.
Oh yes, that is exactly what happened.
You'll do it?
Which reminds me, we never found that male Shiva either.
What did you say?
Shiva is male. The Hindu deity Shiva is
Final
male.
Fantasy male Shiva.
Starting to worry me on multiple levels.
I'm just saying, like, looking for male Shiva is just looking for normal Shiva.
You don't need to. We know.
Now,
I just killed Bowser in sudden death with a fucking jab. I win at this game.
So how
also,
often do you play Smash Brothers?
Too often. It's a curse. I make
It's only too often because you keep getting wrecked as Little Mac.
I mean, choosing to play as Little Mac means you're accepting getting wrecked as like just matter of course.
Little Mac
I tell
feel.
her I would do anything.
At least this should be easier than facing
Little Mac
the
is at
doc.
the bottom of the tier list, and he does not care. He will make you spit out mouthfuls of broken teeth.
I was about to say, he's literally Little Mac. His entire thing is, like, being the underdog.
Yep.
I kind of want to play Punch-Out Wii again.
That
That's a
was...
good game.
I mean, I would really be into that, having a sequel, like, you know...
I wouldn't even mind just like a port of the Switch.
We need to bring back boxing games as like a genre.
I've been watching Ashton Joe the past few months, and one of the things I've appreciated is that, like, once Ashton Joe becomes like a boxing anime, which it's not for like the first 20 or so episodes, but once it like gets into the pro boxing portion of the show, it's like, oh, this is where Punch-Out came.
That was easy.
Right down to, I realized that I think Mike Tyson's boxing pattern at the end of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is based off of, like, Joe's first real rival. Like, the match that he had with him.
Surprise me.
Because Rikishi's thing is that he's constantly doing uppercuts. And if you get hit by... And if Joe were to ever get hit by one, he would be immediately knocked out in one hit. And that is everything that Mike Tyson does for the first round of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Huh. That's kind of interesting to consider that, quote-unquote, Mike Tyson is based on an anime character.
Yeah, his pattern
Hey, Mike
seems
Tyson,
to
a
be...
representation of Mike Tyson.
Yeah, his pattern seems to be at the very least influenced by the fight that Joe has with Toru Rikishi. And then later he meets another guy and it's like, oh, you're basically just Don Flamingo. Like that's it. So it's one of those things like, oh, okay, that's where all the Punch-Out. That's where all the Punch-Out came from, and then like they just like. And then they were just like, oh, but we need more boxers. Well, I've heard of stereotypes.
I've heard of this crazy thing called racism. Yeah, I might have heard of it.
And somebody over at Capcom was making Street Fighter and said, "What's this you say?"
What's this?
I mean, Street Fighter is ripping off a bunch of different, like, shonen.
Sure, Street Fighter absolutely is, but Street Fighter is also ripping off a bunch of different racism.
Oh, definitely. But I'm just saying, like, when you can't tell when it's not racism, it's always like an anime you've never heard of or don't know enough about. So, like, one of my favorite,
like one of the designer's favorite anime at that exact moment.
One of my favorites is if you go back and look at the Street Fighter 2 like updates, you'll see that Bison's portrait changes basically every game to try to slowly move him away from his original design. Because his original design is a trace over of a dude from Rikio.
They just assumed Nubby would ever get up to the end of Street Fighter 2 and find out.
I think the thought process was more, who gives a shit?
And then suddenly he became the most important character in one of the most important franchises.
Yeah, let me pull up like the comparison shot of Waki and Bison.
I never realized. Who knew that human people were such benevolent organisms?
I wouldn't say totally.
I like the fact that fanboymaster typing really sounds like the fake typing you hear when you're on hold with particular companies. It's like, let me look this up.
I swear they have a wave file for that shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't want someone to have to actually do this. Okay, here I've found a fan site that has the comparison shots. It's quite naked in what it's doing. Let's see.
I'm watching the game in full screen. And let's just put watching in scare quotes because it's not an accurate. That's not an accurate description of what I'm doing.
I'm putting this in stream setup, I guess, so you can look at it.
That's
there.
a good place to put it. You should really put it in Sex 2 screenshots.
No.
Demonetized for the 4th time tonight!
God damn it! I'm never gonna be a
send off in YouTube. I am ensuring this.
never gonna be a Twitch lord or whatever the hell.
You're never gonna be a Twitch legend. You're not gonna be the next Ninja.
Yeah. This is disappointing.
I love how Ninja literally jumped ship from Twitch to go to Mixer, and then Microsoft just said, nah, Mixer sucks, and shut it down, like, within a week of him doing that.
Well, they got it bought, they sold it off to Facebook in the bigger idiot theory. And then, like, Facebook had to, like, essentially buy out those contracts.
Oh, God. That must have been dismal week at Facebook. But good, fuck Mark Zuckerberg. He ruined America, among other things.
I was about to say, like, literally other countries got queues.
But yeah, I just wanted everyone to have to look at, like, the bizarreness of, oh, he's M. Bison, he's just Washizaki.
Zeph, yes, that was that one PAX. The one... That's exactly the PAX I was talking about.
What are we talking about? More strange ladies handing out liquor?
That was a very weird evening.
Okay, so, like, for whatever reason...
At one point, I kid you not, the liquor lady asked me and Cal Scrub, so are you guys gay together or something? And I responded, no, I'm married. Then, like, there was a long pause to a woman.